Martin, we're looking ahead to Tottenham against Manchester United on Sunday. 4:30 kickoff for that. So when it boils down to it, it's Jose against Ole. If you had your time again, which of these two would you be more comfortable playing under?
Goodness. Well, it'd be hard to turn Mourinho down, wouldn't it, with the success that he's had as a manager, the trophies that he's won. Solskjaer is a young manager that's doing it his way. He's very much part of the old group, isn't he, from Manchester United, Mike Phelan alongside him. And they are making progress. So a difficult call at the moment because Mourinho seems to turn on his players, doesn't he, just when you need him most. He was kind of caught out a little bit last week talking about, look, he's still the same coach, but it's a different set of players here. And he stopped short, really, of continuing too long, should we say, in an interview where he might have been having a go at his players. And when he left Manchester United, it was almost toxic, wasn't it? What he was saying in the media about his players. So that's going to be a really interesting game. They played each other earlier in the season, and Tottenham beat Manchester United, if you remember. And I thought, actually, it was an opportunity for those players. I'm thinking of the likes of Luke Shaw and one or two players that were criticised publicly by Mourinho. A great opportunity to give it back to him by beating him on the pitch. That's what it's about, surely. So there's a lot on this game because Spurs, they're not out of the fight, Jim, to make it into the Champions League, sitting there on 49 points, just a few points behind West Ham, of course, who are in the top four. They'll feel they can catch West Ham as well as they've played. So in doing that, they need to win this game this weekend.
Sure. I mean, they both could end up with a trophy this season. They both could end up top four. Is our perception of Tottenham maybe a bit askew, Martin? I mean, are things actually a bit better than we actually think they are?
Well, I watched them closely when they played Arsenal recently, and it was what it's hard to take on board is that they, when you look at some of the talent they've got at the top of the team, was why they don't take the game to the opposition. And quite often, I mean, they were top of the table early in the season, and they were sort of like soaking up stuff, weren't they? And then catching teams on the break. They lost their way a little bit. They went out of the Europa League in a real shock, really. I mean, if they were still in the Europa League, they probably will be on course of what you're expecting to see from Spurs. But if you're looking at Harry Kane and you're looking at, this is the season when they do need to win a trophy.
Yeah.
Is the League Cup going to be won enough for him? Is it really on your high priority? But it's a start, isn't it? And Mourinho always wins something somewhere. And it would be ironical, really, if it was to be against Pep Guardiola. When you look at the rivalry between those two, that Mourinho might snatch that one away from him.
Sure.
With them looking to win four trophies.
We'll talk about Ole Gunnar Solskjaer in a second, but Martin, on that answer that Mourinho gave last Sunday night when Newcastle and Tottenham drew, and Mourinho came away with it, same coach, different players. Yeah, what was your perception of that? What was your take on that? Because we seriously centred on that and debated that during the show on Monday, on Tuesday actually. What was your take on it?
What I don't like about that is it creates a separation between the players and the manager, and you're always in it together. So is Mourinho saying then that all these successes that he had it was down to his players, it was down to him? Because when it goes wrong, that's effectively what he's saying now at Spurs. I don't like that at all. And, do you front the manager up? Is there anyone big enough in that dressing room to do that? Do you speak to him about things he says publicly? Does he actually say these things in the dressing room, or does he only say it publicly? I have a feeling he does it only publicly. It always looks as if there's a reasonable relationship with Mourinho.
Yeah.
I would just love to be on the inside just to see what's for real. Is it one message for the public, for the players? But, I think it really hurts when you hear the manager, the really good managers, if we're talking about Sir Alex Ferguson, that he would never, would he, ever go at his players in public?
I mean, if you'd been one of those players, would you front up to Mourinho if you were one of the players?
I would absolutely want to. That was a problem for me. I picked too many fights with managers and coaches. The only one I didn't was Wenger. I didn't need to because I was treated with respect. And I think it comes down to respect. And actually, that interview was cut short, and Mourinho needed to cut it short. And maybe maybe just at the moment, whoever's in charge of their media interviews is probably the key person to make sure he doesn't say anything that affects the group. Because the longer he talks, the worse it gets, and it doesn't really help anybody. He's hurting after a defeat.
Yeah.
It's best for him to go away and work with the team and make them better. And they're not far away, Jim. They can still get into that Champions League.
Well, this is it. This is it.